Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Shane, and I am back in the level up 737-900. Hopefully this is the last flight test we're going to do on this jet before I send the files off. But this is going to be a bit of a doozy tonight. We are going to push this plane pretty hard. I'm going to push myself pretty hard. We're up at Newark, and I'm going to fly it down to DCA. But we're going to be a little bit of a menace tonight because DCA is landing to the north, but I'm gonna fly approaches to the south, so hopefully we can deconflict with traffic there, because I really want to get some RNAV Zulu approaches in there. Probably do a couple of those, and then we're gonna head back to Newark without actually stopping. We're not gonna do any full stop landings at DCA. We may do a touch and go, we may do a couple low approaches, but then we're gonna divert and go back to Newark, and then we're gonna fly the RNAV runway 29 approach. That's that approach that's low over the causeway, the one where the 767 hit the light pole that hit the truck a month ago or so. We're going to fly that approach, and the wind is not favoring that direction, so it's going to be a pretty intense crosswind landing. And I think if the plane does good on all of these things, I'll call it good. So I'm carrying an extra guapa fuel tonight. And by the way, the guys over at the Level Up team have solved this glow problem. It will be fixed probably by tomorrow. They've already found the issue that's causing this. I don't have it on my version of the files yet, but this will be addressed because this is annoying. This kind of weird haze to it. It's been fixed, don't worry. We have 22,000 pounds of fuel on board because I want to make sure I have plenty of fuel to be doing touch and goes, approaches, holding, whatever you want to do with the jet tonight. We're probably going to be flying for about 2 hours all said and done. And then hopefully it's successful. Remember, our max landing weight's about 147,000 pounds, so if we are not to that minimum weight or to that max landing weight when we get to DC, we'll probably just do a low approach, fly the approach again, do a touch and go, crash and dash, and then head back up to Newark. Okay, so I've already got the aircraft all set up, FMC set, everything's set. So let's just go over the departure briefing and we'll be ready to push and get going. So we're over here at Newark at my favorite gate. So we're going to push onto Alpha 11, and we're going to have a very short taxi to 4 left. Basically, it's Alpha 11 to Alpha 12. Hey, Nanny. Hey, Nanny Ray. Then we're going to make a right onto Bravo, take Bravo to Alpha Alpha, and we're going to depart on 4 left on the Newark 5 departure. Alright, so the instructions for the Newark 5 departure are climb on heading 039 to 500 feet, then a climbing right turn to heading 055 to DME4 from IEZA. Then climbing left turn to heading 290 across Teterboro radial 214 westbound at or above 2500 and climb and maintain 3000. So basically we're going to fly this thing out, and then once we're clear of the JFK traffic, we're going to go direct to Biggie, head on down to DCA, do our stuff there, and then we're going to do an alternate flight plan back up to Newark to fly this runway 29 gnarly approach that should be a lot of fun tonight. Alright, we have about a 5-knot crosswind and a 1-knot tailwind. Going into DCA, if we stay with runway 19, which is not the active, we'll have a 10-knot crosswind and a 5-knot tailwind, which should make it really spicy, which we like. A lot of fuel. I'm bringing extra fuel, probably more than I even need to do what I'm trying to do. But more fuel equals more time to screw around, which is what I want. Alright, departure briefing is performed. Before start pushback checklist, lower MFD is on, doors and windows are closed, yaw damper is on, hydraulic pumps, fuel pumps. To include the center wing pumps, we've got some fuel in there. Parking brake set. APU gens 1 and 2. Let's see. TR1 and APU gen is good. Okay, wheel chocks and the ground power unit are removed. I'll call the tug.
Grounded cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Beacon light is on. Trim air is on. Engine bleeds and APU bleeds are set. Engine ignition, we'll leave it on right. ACARS, I'm not going to use it tonight. This is not a sanctioned flight by United Virtual Airlines, so we're not even going to try to log this. We're doing some malfeasance out here tonight.
All doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Ah, you're clear to connect. Should be a fun flight either way. A lot of hands-on, a lot of autopilot off stuff. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it goes well. I'm doing some stuff in the FMC that I've never done before. For example, I have Route 1 is to DCA, and then Route 2 is DCA back to Newark. And I haven't fully programmed that in yet, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes anyway. So, the Route 1 is active.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright guys, let's do this. Let's have a good test flight. Brakes released. And tell you what, I'm going to start this clock here to
Starting
see
pushback. And you may start engines.
the total duration of this sortie tonight, from block out to block in. I'll use this for the en route timer over here. Alright, let's go ahead and start engine number 2. Okay, rotation on 2. Okay, oil pressure's good, fuel on 2. Oil pressure lights out, starter valve closed, good start on 2. Whoa! I think a truck just drove through my plane. Rotation on 1. Okay, oil pressure's good, fuel on 1. Fuel flow EGT. Oil pressure lights out. Start valve closed. Good starts after start.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, taxi checklist. Flaps up for takeoff. That'll be flaps 5. Snap trim. 5.5 aircraft nose up. Takeoff data I've reviewed previously, but our V1 speed is 148, rotate at 149, V2 at 154. That's populated on the PFD. The takeoff thrust setting is 91.5 and 1. Lower MFD is on system. And by the way, this is being recalibrated as well. This elevator position sensor will be here soon. Okay, flight controls are checked.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
All right. By the way, a couple other fixes. We've fixed some of the lights on this jet. As you can see, they're not nearly as obnoxiously, blindingly bright as they were before. So that was a nice fix. That was just done today. And I am using it. Okay, hand signal's good. Newark traffic, good evening. United 1288, taxi to runway 4, left via Alpha 11, Alpha 12, Bravo, Alpha Alpha. Alright guys, let's have a good flight. Let's do this. Okay, nose wheel steering. Brakes. Checked. Oh. Okay, Bravo's coming up. Or do we want Alpha? I forget. No, we do want Bravo. Okay. So we'll make a right turn here for Bravo. Okay, before takeoff checklist, turn off the lower MFD. I'll engage VNAV and LNAV. ICAS is clear with no alerts. Let's go ahead and get Wixer on this side. I'll put train on mine. Engine start switches to continuous. So on this flight, I'm going to be evaluating in particular how heavy the nose feels on takeoff, because I've been making some adjustments to that. So I'd like to have a little bit easier rotation and a little bit less tendency for the nose to drop using the takeoff trim setting. Newark traffic, United 1288 departing runway 4 left, Newark 5 departure. Alright, lights. Those lights are way better.
Approaching 4 left.
Okay.
On runway 4 left.
Okay, clock started. Let's do it. Alright, setting takeoff thrust down. And 1, Togo. Thrust hold.
V1, rotate. Positive brake.
it's a little bit better.
400.
LNAV, VNAV speed. Yeah, it feels good. And one. Feels really good. Okay, speed checks, flaps 1. Speed checks, flaps up. Hey, Tweedle, what's up, man? Alright, direct Biggie. Man, this plane feels so good to fly by hand. This might be my favorite variant of all of them. It just feels so, like, you can feel the weight of it, but it's still controllable. Yeah, it was a good takeoff. It felt really good. Autopilot's off. It's flying really nice. There's Newark down there. I don't even want to turn the autopilot on. This is so nice to fly. This has to be the best one yet. It's really good, man. Look at this. It just feels so good. Look at that. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, engaging autopilot. After takeoff checklist, landing gear. Flaps up, auto brakes off. Lights. Start switches. we doing on? I can't wait to get this fixed tomorrow. My current weight is 151. So estimated landing about 3,000 pounds less, which is going to put us a little bit overweight for landing. So let me look at some references here. So max landing weight is 147.3. So we're going to be about 1,500 pounds too heavy to land at DCA, but that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll fly a low approach, and we'll do a missed approach, basically over threshold. We won't touch down. We'll come back around, fly the approach again for a touch and go, take off, and then we're going to head straight to back to Newark and fly this runway 29 approach, and we'll call it a night. I'll switch over to weather here. Climb speed is 288. See, I already got the alternate flight plan kind of put into the system here on Route 2. So when we get to DCA, after we've done what we got to do, we can immediately navigate back to Newark without having to fumble through the FMC for that. Right now we're on Route 1, which is taking us down there. Remember, magenta, because we're children of the magenta line. That's what we follow. Oh, altimeters. The plane definitely feels heavier for sure, but it's not a big deal. The plane can hold like 47,000 pounds of fuel, and I only took off with 22. So we're not even like halfway full of fuel. They can hold a lot more. Okay, 3,000 to go. So the only real issue that I'm going to see here, I think, hopefully everybody on the East Coast is taking a chill pill and going to bed, is I'm pretty sure that DCA is landing to the north, right? But I don't really want to land to the north. Currently there's nobody here, so that could be good. But if anybody's trying to land here, when I'm trying to land here, we're going to be going opposite directions. And I know that that's not correct. Like, I should be flying the runway 1 approach, but that's so boring. I don't want to do that. Alright, so definitely landing 01 and 33, wind 070 to 11. So absolutely favoring a north landing. But I'm not doing that, so I'm gonna do I'm gonna do my own thing.
Thousand to go.
Check. FMC speed, VNAV path. Nice. Alright, crew, we're level at flight level 260. We'll only be here for a few minutes because we're top of the sensor 35 miles. So let's run some numbers real quick. Current fuel on board is 18.9, estimating 17 at DCA. So that's going to put our landing weight at about 148 something. 148.5, which is too much. So I know that we can't land with that, so what I'm going to do here for the landing performance is I'm going to run this at max landing weight. So the approach speed's going to be 149, so VREF of 144, flaps 30. We're not going to use any auto brakes, and I'm not going to arm the spoilers because on this first approach, we're not going to be able to land because of our weight. We'll burn off a lot of fuel on the go around, so the second time around when we recycle in for the approach again, we'll be okay. So auto brakes off, no speed brakes. That's going to give us an approach speed of 149, so index 144. Or sorry, flaps 30, VRAF 144. Okay. Landing data, we just reviewed that. Clipper 3 arrival, cross Baltimore at 10,000 feet, Clipper at 12,000 feet. And then we'll fly this path all the way. Basically at Megs, I'm going to start vectoring myself over to Derek. Okay, RMP, decision altitude is 550. We set that. Alright. Landing altitude is sea level. Let me make sure the descent constraints are in 12 and 10. And we're going to be doing the RNAV Zulu, which is one of my favorite approaches just ever. All the way down to minimum, well, basically about 50 feet above the ground. Then we'll hit the go-around switch, go around, gear up, flaps 15. I'm going to fly straight out on runway heading, which is 187. So let me set that so I don't forget. Since we're using RNAV, the course thing doesn't actually do anything, but it's a good reminder to me what the final approach course is, so I can set my heading the same way. Just kind of using it as a reminder. Alright, seatbelt signs are on. And altimeter at DCA 2996. DCA CTAF is on 19.1. I'll go ahead and preload that now. That's crazy. We've only been flying for 17 minutes, and we're already getting ready to hit down. That's why I like this route. It's really good for flight testing. Just a little bit of time. You can evaluate the takeoff and climb. Then you can evaluate your descent, and you can evaluate your landing and without having to spend an hour and a half flying somewhere. I'm just waiting for my ding. Any second now. There it is. Alright, we'll say altitude 10,000 for now. Alright, we are on the way down. So is everybody clear on the plan here? So, I'll go one more time. We're going to fly the arrival to Megs, so we're going to vector to Derek. We're going to fly the RNAV Zulu 19 to about 50 feet, AGL. Then we're going to go around, fly runway heading. Then my intention is to vector back around to the right and head to the northwest and come back to Derek, do a touch and go at DCA, and then we're going to go straight out and we're going to activate our flight plan number 2 and head back to Newark. Let me see if I can actually add that in there. Suki 6 Swan. Let me see what that does if I put that in there. Oh, cool. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I messed it up. Never mind. Let's just take that out. There we go. We'll put that in later. Super 6. I feel both for. Okay. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, all the ATC kind of bailed. I think they're kind of exhausted from the Atlanta event. That was pretty gnarly, man. Everybody's pretty burnt out on that. What are you guys flying anyway? Like, oh, up here. Okay. Holy crap! You guys have been doing this all day together, from Munich to Charlotte. Dang. That's cool that you guys were able to. You guys were able to do that. I had to work today, so I couldn't have any fun. No fun for me. Must be nice. Must be nice to have a weekend to do stuff. Uncle Sam wants his pound of flesh. Yep, work sucks. Until I get my paycheck, then it doesn't suck. Okay, altimeter 2996. Alright, so, looking good here. Our estimated landing fuel continues to go up, which just means we're going to be heavier and heavier. But again, for the first approach, it's not going to matter because we're not touching down. So, current gross weight is 149.8.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, I got it.
Altimeter
Thanks.
setting.
And our max landing weight is 147.3. So, we're currently 2.5 thousand pounds over max landing weight. And that's just because of the enormous amount of fuel that I brought for this flight. Because I wanted to have all of the juice. I wanted all the go juice to have fun. I have a minute. There's something in my configs here that I wanted to adjust. Yeah, that dude is a machine, man. He just does not stop. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, now I know he does have a Twitch channel, so he does a lot of Twitch, like he streams when he's doing his air traffic control. So if you want to see what it's like to be a VATSIM flight, air traffic controller, he's probably one of the very best ones at streaming. Another guy that streams is a guy that's out there in Oakland Center. I forget his name. I think it's Brian. He's not on right now, but he also streams, and he's very, very good as well. He's like the West Coast version of Stephen Welsh, and he does Oakland Center. I don't recall his name, but if I saw it, I would remember it. Yeah, I mean, low viewers because it's kind of a very niche thing to watch, right? I mean, I really can't talk. I'm looking at my Twitch channel, and I currently have 0 watchers, 0 viewers from with Twitch. So Twitch is just, unless you're a really big time flight simmer, you don't get a lot of love on Twitch doing this stuff, as I've come to find out. Yeah, I think you're right. Twitch does, unless you're paying like a premium subscription for it or something, it's too many ads. The more I do stuff on Twitch, the more I realize that I don't think it's necessarily the best platform for me. I think I'm gonna invest most of my time into YouTube. It's just better for me. I'm already established on YouTube. I'm already monetized. I get a little something from it, and I have a subscriber base, which I have none of that on Twitch. Okay, got about 1,000 pounds left in the center wing, and then we're gonna switch over to the wing tanks here. Yeah, and then typically on YouTube you only have like maybe a 6-second ad that you can skip, but I still get my penny every time you see that ad, whether you watch it or not. Okay. Retard. Heading down. Next will be Baltimore, 10,000 feet, 250 knots. And there you go. There's Baltimore Airport straight ahead. I've flown in here quite a bit for like Prime Air and Southwest. When I fly for cargo, I usually end up parking down here. And then Southwest would be over here. I'm really excited about this. Let's check to see how the traffic's doing over at let's see how traffic's doing over there at DCA, so I could do
1,000 to go.
check, so I could do my thing. Oh, currently there's nobody heading in there except for this fool. What's he doing? He's practicing turns around a point. Or some podunk little airport over here. Pattern work. That's fine. We look good to go. So let's proceed. Alright, lights. And I'll grab those switches now. Approach checklist is complete. And altitude.
1,000 to go.
Yep. FMC speed. Okay guys, we're gonna cruise here for about 15 miles, and then we're gonna drop down and start our descent. And again, we need to think about crossing megs. Let's call it megs at 4,000. I'm gonna put that in there to help the FMC figure it out. And I'm gonna call this at 2,700, not at or below. There we go. Alright guys, I see DCA straight ahead. That's the airport. And then there's the Pentagon right there. There's downtown Washington, D.C. There's the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Monument, the Capitol building over there. And then the National Mall is right over here. A little sightseeing tour of Washington, D.C. while we're up here. I know the geography because I was just there a few months ago. Me and my girlfriend went to Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C. for about a week. And I got to go through all this stuff. I had an awesome plane spotting experience at DCA right over here. I'll be uploading those videos over time on my YouTube channel. Getting really close to stuff. And then the White House should be over here somewhere. Right there. There's the White House. Alright, I'm gonna start slowing us down. Speed intervene. Let's take the speed down to 210. Speed brakes and flaps 1.
1,000 to go.
Check.
To go.
Alright, now I'm going to go ahead, after I pass this waypoint, let's go. Tell you what, I'm going to go back to heading select. Speed brakes. And then let's go direct to Derek. Alright, let's go back to LNAV. Altitude 2700. Retard, LNAV, VNAV speed. Okay, speed. Let's make it 180. One last check before we do this to make sure we're not going to run into anybody. Ah, of course. Look at this guy. He's coming in from Atlanta. But I don't see anybody behind him. He'll be out of the way by the time we get there.
1,000 to go.
Okay, flaps 5. C speed, VNAV path. Alright, let's go speed 160. Flaps 15. Alright, that guy's landing now. We'll be fine. DCA traffic, good evening. United 1288 on the RNAV Zulu runway 19 approach. We will be well clear of the landing traffic on 01. Alright, gear down. Flaps 25. Okay, final approach speed 149. Flaps 30. Autopilot's coming off. Our throttle's coming off. $2,500.
Washington traffic, Delta 360 is clear, runway 01, final call, Reagon. Good night.
Good night. Alright guys, so what I call go around, I'm going to press the go around button switch once, manually put throttles up, gear up, flaps 15. Okay, missed approach altitude is set.
$1,000. Approaching minimums. Minimums 500. $200. $100. $50.
Go around.
$40. $30.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps 15. Oh, there you go. Okay, heading select. Level change. Auto throttle. Autopilot. Nope. Didn't like it. Flaps 5. Let's make it the autopilot to capture now.
Thousand to go.
Okay, there we go. High speed, 210. Alright, coming right. Flaps 1. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and resequence that approach. Okay, that's back active. We'll go ahead and navigate our way over there now. That went mostly okay. Yeah, I think the autopilot didn't want to kick in because I might have been a little out of trim. So once I had the flight path stabilized and I got the trim caught up, it kicked in the second time. I'll take it to 220 knots, and then we can go ahead and retract the slats. Let's retract. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to fly this approach again, but this time we're going to do a touch and go. We're going to take off again, do a similar departure, or a similar climb out. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and divert back to Newark. And then we're going to fly that crazy runway 29 approach and call it a full stop landing in a night. But the jet felt great during that approach. Nice and heavy and solid. Alright, let's come on right to heading 350. Get a little bit closer. Alright, what is our current weight now? Oh yeah, we'll be good to land on this next one. At least to touch. Fuel's good. Check weather. Let me get an update on this. It hasn't been updated in some time. Okay, 060 at 9, altimeter 3000, scattered clouds, light precipitation. So 3000. Come right a little bit. Alright, speed 180. Flaps 1. Flaps 5. Okay. Altitude 2700.
1,000 to go.
Vertical speed. And I'll go ahead and go direct to Derek. And I go back to LNAV and VNAV. FMC speed, LNAV, VNAV path. Alright, speed 160. Flaps 15. Okay, we got time to get one more of these in before somebody shows up. Alright, gear down. Oh, that might help if I do this. Flaps 25. DCA traffic, United 1288 on the RNAV Zulu runway 19 approach. DCA. Alright, final approach speed 149.
2,500.
Okay. Low amount of trim there. Auto throttle. Flaps 30. Alright, we will attempt to do a touch and go on this one. Hopefully we can beat that Delta plane coming in. Okay, the auto brakes are off, the speed brakes are not on. Okay, runway's in sight. DCA traffic,
1,000.
United 1288 on final, 19. This will be a touch and go. Okay, missed approach altitude is set. Missed approach heading is set.
Approaching minimums.
Reagan traffic, Delta 727, 13 out, ILS 1, Reagan.
We'll be clear out of your way by the time you get here.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's a bit of a
Approaching
fake angle there.
19.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
5,000 feet remaining.
Laps 15.
4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining.
Positive rate. Gear up.
Okay. Level change, speed 210. Arc throttle. Flaps 5. Let's keep it climbing. Yeah, let's Delta. Delta, we're clear of 19.
Thank you.
Flaps up. Alright, let's see how this works. We're gonna go... Flaps up. Okay, LNAV, BNAV. Look at that, guys. That's pretty cool. Now we're heading back to Newark.
Reagan traffic, Delta 727, final call, 2 out, runway 1.
That was kind of fun. And this was a good practice with the FMC too. Okay. So, 250 back to Newark. Got the landing checklist. Landing gears up. Handles off. Flaps are up. Auto brakes are off. Exterior lights off. Start switches off. Okay, speed 296. Alright, now let's see if I can get Navigraph to behave for me.
Target traffic Delta 727, clear runway 1, taxi parking via Lima Kilo. Right.
Newark use runway 19. Let's see what kind of approach we got. I want the tightest approach they got. I think RNAV Tango. Yeah, that's the one. No. Is that it? Yeah, RNAV Tango. From Gritty. Alright, Metro Gritty.
Getting traffic west of 28, 5 miles per hour, for 1.4 right.
Alright, man. I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Tweedle, take care. Cool. I think we're all set here. Talk to you later, man. Okay, altimeters, standard. Alright, so now we're heading back over to Newark where we started, and now we can start looking at this arrival a little bit more. So we're on the Philbo 4 RNAV arrival, and we're going to take that up to Metro. And from Metro, we're going to go direct to Gritty, and we're going to transition onto the RNAV Tango runway 29 approach. Current wind at Newark, which tower is on. Oh crap. Oh boy. I hope it doesn't give me any heartache here. Oh, it's a 0.501, but it's part of. I'm working on it towards the stage 2 stuff. So what you're seeing right now is the flight model you're gonna get with the immediate next update that we push out. I'm just doing some last minute checks on it. Alright, so unfortunately somebody on VATSIM decided to log back in here to complicate matters for us. So I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. If he doesn't like it, we'll just log off, because I still want to land on this runway. I like this approach. So Yeah. Minimum descent altitude 1300. All right, let's go over some landing data for this place. Okay, so max auto brakes, flap steady, approach speed 147. Wind is essentially calm here. And that'll give us a landing distance margin of 638 feet.
Thousand to go.
FMC speed, VNAV path. I honestly don't know. I'm not in charge, I just work there. I don't know. I got a little more flight model work to do, but I'm thinking after this one, the flight model will be done on this. I've got the 600 done, the 700 done. I'll need to start working on the 900 ER, and then there's a couple issues with the 800, but I can fix them. So I should be done with what I got to do in a couple days, I think. Alright, so I don't know, what take your bets. Is this guy gonna let me land here, or is he gonna make me not land? We'll see. We'll see what he does. Like I said, if he says we can't land there, if he says we can't land there, then we're not gonna land there. Well, actually, this has a lot of those upgrades in it right now. There's additional modeling here. We got some new fonts on the FMC, all new fonts over here, and some sharpening of the details on the overhead panel. New fonts on this, new fonts on that. Okay, resetting altitude down. Okay, throttle's idle. And also the nose, the shape of the nose has been reshaped. Apparently the stage 1 stuff wasn't correct. So we have a new shaped nose. That sort of stuff is kind of... Taxi lights, I think they're pretty good. When we land, I'll show you, we've toned them down quite a bit, and they're nowhere near as bright as they used to be. You'll see them when we land. I'm running the latest light mod that we have as of today. I like them. Oh, and we've already fixed this weird glare on the EFB. This is fixed on subsequent releases. Don't worry about this. It'll be the normal color after that. No, it's not. I was landing south because I felt like it, but I was going head-to-head with some Delta guys coming in from Atlanta. Now I'm going into Newark, and they're landing to the south, and I'm trying to land to the west. So I was fine doing it at DCA because there's no controller there, but there's a controller at Newark. If he gives me any crap, I'm just going to log off because I really want to land on 2.9. I like that approach. Hopefully he doesn't, though. Okay, RNAV GPS Tango 29. Decision altitude 1300. MSA 29. Missed approach, do not exceed 165 until runway 29. Climbing 2,000 feet on the extended visual approach track to 29. The left turn direct whiz and hold. Alright. Radar required. Straight in, runway 29 at night. Operational. VGSI required. Remain at or above VGSI glide path until threshold. Oh yeah. So you don't take out any trucks. No, there's no takeoff and landing calculations yet available. Speed brakes. But I just use SimBrief and it's actually very accurate. So use this and you'll be fine. I built my flight model around this kind of data. Okay, landing data is reviewed. Arrival and approach briefing is performed. Position height is set. Correction. Landing altitude is sea level. Seatbelt signs are on. Altimeters are 3005. Altimeters 3005. As you can see from our track, this has been a pretty fun flight so far. So we flew out of Newark, headed down to DCA, flew the RNAV Zulu approach, did a go around, came back around, flew a second time, and now we're heading back to Newark.
Altimeter setting. Altimeter setting.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll let us do the 2.9 approach. We should be fine. Yeah, XRAS. Yep. XRAS 2. I am using map enhancement. Yes, I am. Always. Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back. Long time no see. I'm doing well. Been flying this jet for hour and 22 minutes, and we did some fun stuff down at. We flew down from Newark down to DCA, did a couple approaches there, and now we are back to Newark, attempting to land on runway 29. But I think the VATSIM ATC homie is going to give me some grief about it. I'm pretty sure, anyway. We'll see, though. Oh, that's cool. Newark to Ontario. I appreciate you doing that. Alright, lights. Switches. Approach checklist complete. Yeah, man, I have an A321 that I have not flown in probably 2 months. So I really need to take a break from this flight testing on this and get a Airbus flight in soon, because that plane is so different that it's really hard to, sometimes you gotta remember how it works. Speed brakes. I don't know what X Aviation is. I have no idea what that is, so I couldn't tell you. Alright, Austin, I'm getting ready to land at Newark, but like I mentioned, I might have to log off if the controller won't give me 2.9. I mean, I must be the only guy here that doesn't know what X Aviation is. I have no idea what that is. What did I calculate for landing weight? Let's do 143. It doesn't change anything. Oh, okay. Alright. It's like a third-party software people. Alright. Okay. Yeah, none of which I have, so that would explain why I don't know who they are. Retard. Head down. I don't really keep up on a lot of drama. Like all this flight sim drama stuff, I'm usually kind of not really tuned into it. Alright, I should probably go ahead and contact Newark Tower here pretty soon. 18-1. Oh, let's do this. Newark Tower, United 1288, currently inbound towards the RNAV Tango runway 29 approach. Will you accommodate that?
Echo calling, stand by just 1 second.
121.8, Lufthansa Crew 2.
Roger.
Oh, I got ground now too. All right.
Echo calling, say again?
Yeah, Tower, this is United 1288, currently inbound to runway 29 via the RNAV Tango 29 approach. Will you accommodate that approach?
Not a 1288, standby. Negative 29er, 2-2s are active, but if you're unable 2-2s, I can set you up with 2-9.
Would much prefer 2-9 if possible.
1288, Roger. Just give me 1 second. Are you a divergent by any chance?
A firm.
The 1288, Roger. Radar contact 4,900. Newark altimeter 3005. Cleared RNAV. Approach region.
Okay, cleared RNAV. Approach 29. United 1288. Thank you. Ah, I like this guy. Hey.
And just be advised, we'll have a traffic landing shortly on the opposite end. Should be no factor.
Copy. Thank you. Ah, this guy's cool, man. He's a team player. Well, you're coming in late to the stream, but if you go to the very beginning, it was planned that way from the start. We flew down to DCA and came back to Newark in one flight. We didn't ever stopped. So I'm just trying to kind of stress test the plane a little bit tonight. Okay, D-cell. Alright, let's keep the speed going down to 180 here. Flaps 1.
Uh, 3456, welcome to Newark. Next right.
Exit right, United 3456.
Flaps 5.
3456, contact. Ground 121.8, good day.
Ground point 8, United 3456, thanks for the ATC, see ya.
See ya.
So, for those of you who aren't aware, this runway 29 is the one where the that United 767 hit the light pole a month or two ago and almost took out that truck. So it comes over very close over the you know, the turnpike or whatever the heck East Coasters call their freeways. So we'll get to see that tonight as we fly over it. Very low.
1,000 to go.
Check. All right, let's keep it going down to minimum. Set altitude 1300. That's good. I only fly on VATSIM, so the live traffic thing wouldn't work for me. But I know a lot of people are liking it.
$2,500.
All right, let's start slowing her down. Speed 160. Let's get the gear down early. Flaps 15. Okay.
Good evening again. Tower Lufthansa 22 with you before departure. I'm going to right.
Lufthansa 22 heavy, Newark Tower hello again. With com, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 22 right, via Zulu 7, Lufthansa 22.
Alright, spoilers are armed, auto brakes max, landing gears down, flaps 30 altimeters, let's push altitude, I'll set in a moment. Autopilot's off, missed push altitude is set.
At 1288, runway 29er, clear to land.
Clear land 29er, United 1288. Autopilot's off. Hey, Tower. Oh, hope I don't screw this up. I appreciate you accommodating me on a 2.9. I know that's not the active, but I really like this runway because how close it gets to the, you know, the turnpike there. Yep, autopilot's off.
On his way to heavy contact. Apologies. Departure offline because the improved today.
Unicom Lufthansa 223, sir. Ciao.
See ya.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue. A little bit high, correcting.
1,000.
Approaching 2-9.
500.
Sync rate. Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
5,000 feet remaining.
Manual braking.
Air Tower number 269 Kilo Quebec, Kodiak 100, slant Golf on the VFR Skyline, looking to come inbound full stop.
Aircraft following standby one.
A little bit of sync rate there at the end, but I'll take it. I probably should have gone around at 500 feet, but I've been flying for like an hour and a half. I think I had enough of that. All right.
1288, welcome to Newark, contact ground 121.8.
Ground point 8. Yeah, 1288. Thank you. All right, where the heck am I? Newark ground, good evening. United 1288 is clear of runway 29 at Whiskey 2. Taxi to Echo 6 Gate. That's Terminal A.
United 1288, welcome to Newark. Continue. Yeah. Just stand by for a minute.
And we'll hold here. All right. At the land checklist, spoiler handle. Flaps.
Okay, United 1288, continue Alpha to the ramp.
Okay, continued Alpha. Okay, Alpha to Terminal A. Let's see, how do I get to Alpha from here? Okay, let's take Whiskey, uniform, and then uniform to Alpha. I think he's kind of giving me carte blanche to do this here. Okay.
United 12, 88, just continue straight on Yankee, then join Alpha from there.
Okay, I'll get on to Yankee and then Yankee to... I don't think it's going to work.
United 12, 88, you are currently going for Whiskey.
Okay, I'm a little confused here.
Join Yankee, turn right on Uniform and join Alpha.
Okay, Yankee Uniform Alpha, United 1288. That makes more sense. Okay, landing lights are off, taxi lights are on, runway turn off is on, strobes are off, anti-ice is off, engine start switches are off, and I'm looking for uniform. Should be coming up here. I'm assuming that's uniform coming up here. That's uniform there. Okay. This is a little confusing, these taxiways. Okay, and then this is uniform, and I'll take this down to Alpha. Okay, APU starting. Clock is stopped. Stab trim. And then this should be Alpha right here. Yep, there it is. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. All right. After letting check this.
November 745 Golf Foxtrot with Quebec.
No. This is Newark. I just landed on runway 29.
November 745 Bravo.
It sounds good.
Newark ground hello.
Taxiing and it feels good taxiing.
Number 1.
Here, let me give you a blast of little blast of some sound here for you. Oh, it does? Oh, man. Oh, I didn't update my, you know why? I didn't update my, Twitch. My YouTube title is correct. Bet you might like that. Here's some fun. I'm gonna do this for you. I'm just playing around now. I know, man. Isn't it great?
vulnerabilities.
Alright, so we're looking for Alpha 11. Alpha 11.
November 269er, Kilo Quebec, continue Zulu to the
Alpha 11.
parking place. So,
Zulu parking, 9 Kilo Quebec.
On November 745, Bravo Foxtrot, Newark ground.
Yes, go ahead.
Also, you have filed for flight level 440. Would you be able to accept a lower altitude?
Why? A problem for Brazil?
We would prefer if you accept RVSF altitude.
If we accept what, sorry?
RVSF. Required vertical separation minimum.
RNVM, okay, well, if you want, we can fly lower or we can go higher if that's okay. It's just, if we go higher, we can go on a higher speed, that's fine, and go, and we don't bother traffic below us.
Alright, and shut down. Oh my god, what is up with that noise? Oh, it's the wheel. Oh yeah, all the time. I fly the Flight Vector 777 all the time. I really like it. I think this gate is broken. I'm waiting for that bell to stop. You know what? I'm gonna pull that gate off because I don't want to hear it anymore. Ike. Alright guys, so this was I'll go ahead and recap this flight before I call it a night, but I'm gonna go ahead and call this flight model ready to ship. I'm really happy with the way it's flying. So we started at Newark, took off on runway 4 left, flew the Newark 5 departure all the way down to DCA. When we got there, we did the oh my god, what is up with this thing? Oh dude, that's so annoying. God. We flew the RNAV Zulu one night approach, did a low approach, came back around, did a touch and go, then we came back to Newark. This was all in one flight, by the way, guys. I didn't even stop. We came back to Newark, and then we flew the RNAV Tango runway 29 approach, and we came back to the gate we started at. So, pretty fun evening. I'm really happy with the way this thing's flying. This is probably one of my favorite variants to fly, the 900. It's kind of a bit of a dog, right? It's not quite as peppy as the 800 or 700. 900 even seems to have a little more power. It's kind of a little sluggish, you know, but it feels really good to fly. So I'll be sending this over to the Level Up guys, and then yeah, then I just need to finish up the 900 ER, and then a little bit of adjustments on the 800, and then I'll be done. So thanks for joining me here tonight. I hope you enjoyed the flights. I gotta go to bed because I gotta go to work tomorrow, but I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye.